Hello everybody, welcome to the new video. I haven't played this game in a while. If you don't know what this game is, it's a game by Roblox or the guy named Zenuvius. Check out the game, I'll leave a link in the description. Now let's get on to the actual video. Today I'm gonna be teaching new players how to play this game called Build and Destroy. So, I'm just going to be teaching you how to use the tools and teaching you how to build your first mech foot. So, to play to use the tools in this game, it's fairly simple. You have 7. I'm going to teach you 1 out of the 5 because 7 is recently new and I do not know how to use that yet. So, number 1, you have your multi-configuration tool. You could access this by pushing 1 on your keyboard or clicking down here to where it says multi or right there. So you could do many things with this. You could paint a block. So here, let me just grab a block with number 2, or should I say the copy tool. You could use this tool to copy anything, like anything over here from over there. Doesn't even matter. You could copy it from here. Like look at that. Wow, it's a block. Who would have guessed? And so back to the first tool. So the multi tool. You could access this color by pushing F or just clicking on it. I rather prefer clicking on it. You could do many things with this. You could change it to a fossil color. Who likes fossils? I don't. You could change it to navy blue. I know people a lot of wear navy blue jeans. Now, maroon. Pretty good color, not gonna lie, but we're just gonna keep it at a nice ghost gray right now. So, there's more to this multi-tool. I know what you're asking. What's more than coloring? This ain't Crayola. So, next, you could access this by pushing G or just clicking on it like the last one. Now, what you could do with this block... what you could do with this tool. As you see, as my cursor hovers over this block, it turns to a click. Now, when you click it, you'll see this little menu pop up. Now, you're going to see material, transparency, reflectance, and collision. Material is so that you can change the block how it looks, like material, plastic, brick, and of course diamond plate. But we're just gonna leave it at smooth plastic for now. You could mess around with this as you want. So onto the transparency. If you left click on the transparency block right next to it, you could type in numbers. The numbers that it goes as far as 0.8. And 0.8 is the clearest, and 0 is least transparent. I have no clue how to say that. Now for the reflectance, it's the same thing, but it just makes it reflectant. Now my favorite part about this game, which honestly does not work, it's the collision. Now, in your garage, you may be like wondering, like, why am I walking over this block? I do not want to walk over this block. I want to use God mode hacks and walk through it. Well, don't worry, I got you. You just gotta go over here and left click on collision off. Now you could wall hack all you want in that sweet CS:GO game. But we're just gonna leave it on because we're not hackers. So this next tool, H, it's pretty much the same thing, but different. You're gonna see mode, normal or classic. Just ignore that. You're gonna see side and type. Now type, I know what you're wondering. So what you gotta do, you gotta left click on the block like so. And then the side, you could select all sides. You could select the right. I have no clue where that is, so I'm just gonna do the top. Now when you do the top, you have a wild range of selections. I will leave a link to my man Super Speedy's video on about using this tool because it's kind of hard to explain. Now on to J, one of my favorite parts. So J is not used for these type of blocks over here, as you can see. They are used for blocks that require mechanics such as a magnet, a decal part, and anything that revolves around this stuff. You could do it all with this stuff. I'm not going to go into in depth with that right now, but I'll just show you how to do it. I'll show you that in another video when it's actually relevant. So the last and most important tool of the multi-tool is K. You could also click on it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wasn't collision in G? This gear icon wasn't collision in here? Well, yes, this is a whole different collision. But here, let me explain this tool first. So for this tool, you have collision, increment, increment, and size. Just ignore this, because you won't need it. So, collision works as so. You can move it down. It's used for stretching out blocks. You could stretch it out as much as you want. And increments over here, you could do it. You could change it to any number. I suggest using 0.5 or 1 if you're a starter. Now, onto the. We already discussed the copy tool. Get your copying done. But now we're gonna move on to the move tool. Now when you click on the move tool, we have drag, increment, and axis. Now what you just want to do is you only want to focus on this increment part. You could do the same as the movable stretchy out tool, also known as K. You could change it to 1, or I prefer 0.5. It doesn't really matter. Any number counts, and any number will work. Now, you could see these dots. You're saying, isn't this just like the stretch tool? No. You're getting it wrong. You could hold left click on it to move it around as freely as possible, or for more precise movements, you could use these buttons right here and slide it back. Personally, slide it up, slide it down into them DMs. I do not care. Honestly, I really do not. So now on to explain the best tool of them all, the delete tool. Now, you cannot use this in other people's garages for very known reasons. The delete tool is pretty much self-explanatory. Left click on any block, it will delete it. But here's the special thing. These over here, you could bring it back by pushing the undo button, and you could just undo that undo by pushing redo. Okay, now on to the next tool. We have your Mech controller. Now, I know what you're saying. What's so special about a Mech controller if there's nothing on it? Well, here's the special part about it. I'm gonna show you real quick by taking a magnet, for example. So what we're gonna do, so there's the blue. No, I'm stupid. So there's the red and white magnet. Now, as you could tell, they're just magnets. What do? Well, they stick to each other. Duh. So you use this tool. If you go to edit, it says right here, you could left click on an object like so, and it's gonna appear like that. Now, this is used to turn off and on things. So you want to select the button or the key that you're gonna use for this. I'm gonna do L because I get those. And then for selected action, you normally just want to do normal because that's all you want. And then you can name whatever key by name you want. Alright, confirm. And so as you could tell, since it's red, it's going to be connective. And if you push it again, it's not going to be connective. So, also, I forgot to tell you, if you go down here, there's going to be a battle mode button. When you click on that battle mode button, it's going to drop all the blocks if it's not connected to something, and that's going to be most useful. Now, see, if I push L again, since it's not connected, it's going to connect. Now, if I push L again, it's going to stop. I know, wonderful. I know. Now, the next tool is very special. Very special indeed. This tool, I'm going to go back into building mode by clicking the same button icon. Now, this tool is used to grab any sort of block, any blocks that are not over here, and you just left click on the name. It drags it in, then left click again, and then you have the block. Enough said. Now, I'm going to teach you how to use the GUI right now. So how you use the GUI, I know what you're wondering. It looks confusing as hell. I've been telling Zen this from the first day in past. So, this little icon, the chip, it's for stuff that you could save. So, for example, I'm going to go to my save slot right here where I built a mech foot. Now, this is the mech foot that I'm currently working on. I know, pretty cool, right? I'll show you how to do all of this in a second. And so you could use this button right here to load anything. And I mean anything. For example, a Beyblade for saying crying out loud. A Beyblade. Now, now, since we're on the topic of doing stuff, we're gonna go over to our garage button. Now, this garage button will allow you to control your garage in many ways. When I mean many ways, I mean four. You could change your door, which is right here, like right there. You could close it or turn it into glass. I know, very resourceful. You could do the same with the roof, but you could only close it. Same with the dock, which is back here, which is not really a dock. And then the visitor door is right over there. Now, that doesn't matter, but if you go over here, click on part controls, you'll see this. There's going to be a button saying clean, mine, or others. This play button is just the same as this. Now, when you push clean mine, it clears all the parts that you own in your garage. If you click clean others, if someone else's build is in your garage, you could just delete that thing out of existence. Believe me, I know. So on to the fun part, building a mech foot. Now this is going to be the first time I've ever done this. Now, what you want to do is you want to take 3 blocks, just like 3 normal blocks. You want to line it up in a row like this. You could put it anywhere you want. These 3 blocks will be 3 different colors. So for now, we're just going to use the most basic of all colors, black, crimson, and industrial white. Now, these are not the best colors. I know what you're thinking. But we're going to start off by placing one of those colored blocks, and we're going to move it one up from the floor with the move tool. Now, from this point, you want to change the increment to 0.5. Then wow, you must be wondering, what does that do? It just makes it so you can make more precise movements and stuff. Trust me, I know how to do stuff. Now you're gonna go back to your multi-tool, go to the K, then make this increment 0.5. Wow, they're the same. Trust me, you want to keep it that way. Now, when you're done with those, you're gonna left click on the block, and then you're gonna stretch it out until it gets to a point where you are most satisfied. For me, that is 7. And then you want to stretch it out backwards to a point where you are most satisfied. For me, that is 11. Now you can make some adjustments. So say if I don't like 7, we can move it to 5, as you could tell. Now, what you want to do from here, you want to grab a prism. And so, I forgot to mention, when you're holding blocks with the copy or a move tool, you could rotate them by pushing R to rotate it like this, or T to rotate it like this. So what you want to do right now is you want to rotate it to make it face your garage door. And then you want to push T to make it go to the side. Now once it's on its side, you move it down to your block, and then you just want to stretch it down. Now, you just want to stretch it down to the end of your block. Then, you just want to stretch it out to where it feels just right. And then, you're going to copy it again, and you're just going to drag it around. Now, you want to push T 2 times to flip it back around. And it's going to look this way. I know. How do I fix this? You push R to rotate it back to its original state, then drag it onto the block. Now, I know what you're thinking. Where does this go from this? You want to grab another white block. Believe me, we're going places. You want to grab another white block, and then you're just going to drag it out to fit the size of these connected to each other. And then you just want to drag it out to a nice length. I'd say a nice length is about 9.5, or just 10. 10 will work. No problem. No problem. Now, on to the difficult part. Now, you want to grab another prism. I know this is going to be hard to explain, but you're going to rotate it to face just like this. Then you want to put it on the front of the foot. Maybe if it's having problems dragging down, just go to the move tool and select it and drag it down. I know, revolutionary. Then you want to drag it out to fit the size. Then drag it out to a good amount length. I'd say about 4 or 4.5. That will do you just fine. Then you want to take another prism, and I know what you're thinking. How do you make it so it looks sideways? Well, easy solution, simple answer. You just want to drag it along until it connects with this side right here. Until it connects with the side. So then, you're just going to drag it out to a nice point. You know, probably take it out to a date. Who cares? And then you just want to leave it like that. Or, me personally, I shrink it down to 1. And then, you could put the same thing on this block. Fun, I know. Now here's the hard part. You must be saying, why is there a gap there? Well, I have the solution. Just stretch it out and make it touch. So simple. Alright, so we're going to do it the same with the other side. Rotate the prism and then drag it out like this. You replicate what you did on the first side. Should be simple enough. What do I need to tell you people? Come on. You're making this hard for me. Now that your mediocre front is done, well, not really. I forgot one important part. I'm gonna teach you guys how to use these two tools, right? I'm gonna teach you guys how to use these two blocks right here, because most of you guys are gonna be confused. Now, this one can connect with any of these prisms. So all you want to do is just rotate it till it matches this. Okay, you just want to rotate it, drag it back, who cares? Drag it like it owes you money. And then drag it all the way back to match the length of this. So, and then to make it look right, move it down 1. Now you have a complete connected. You want to do the same on the other side. Drag it into the shed and murder it. And so you could do magical things from this. You could take another prism. I know what you might be thinking. Really? Wow, another prism? This is so confidential. I don't know what I'm thinking. Well, guess what? You could stretch it out to make it look like this, you know. I think you get the gist. So then you just want to keep it going, keep it going. You could take this, you know, stretch it out a little bit. Now, now I'm not gonna show you how to make the leg yet, but this is a pretty okay foot. You might think to yourself, it is a pretty okay foot. Now you're gonna take yet another prism. I know we're wasting a lot of parts here. Well, we're not. You want to put the prism on the far left corner of this big white block that you have. And then what you want to do, you just want to stretch it out to meet the other box. Then you want to pull it all the way back into your shed. Then you might want to raise it to a point where you think deems worthy of your success. Now we're going to take a different color block, red or black, doesn't really matter, so I'm just going to choose black because I'm not racist. Now, you see this black block? We're not going to need that right now. We're going to need a black prism. So we're going to take the prism, and you're just going to make sure that you stretch it out so there's only a little bit of space left in between the white block. And then you just want to stretch it all the way back and stretch it all the way up to meet the same size as this. Now, here's where this fun part comes in. You wanna rotate it to match the angle like you did with this block down here. You're gonna stretch it out like you're torturing it. I don't care. Say what you say. And then you want to make it about the same length. You know, stretch it out 1. Do your thing. And then it's gonna look like this. You want to do the same. You want to apply it to the other side. Rotate it. Make sure it aligns. And then put it back up. You know, knock it down. Stuff. Same thing. Make sure you probably stretch it out 1 more to the left. And then it's all even. I know what you're thinking. What about this empty space right here? Trust me, I got you. I got you, homie. Now what you want to do? You want to take this block, right? So you see this triangle triangle edge right here. This is gonna come important. So you wanna go back, look on this back, and then match it up with the corner of this block, like this, like so. Now, if you imagine, like, why would you place that block there? Well, if you move it down and just align it with everything that you know, including this, you just wanna get that smooth alignment, and then you wanna stretch it all the way back till it meets points with the end of this block. Now, you could see it starting to take shape. I know what you're thinking. Why would we do this and why would we care? Probably because you're watching this video. Alright, so you just want to rotate it, do the same for the other side. You know, stretch it out like it owes you money, because you know it does. And then pull it back. Now, I know what you're thinking. What's all this open space right here? Now, here's the solution. Here's where the black block comes into play. Just gonna smooth it down, bring it back, and then connect it. Now, not that hard. Now, you may say, it looks completely bland, like there's no color. Well, here's where the number one tool comes out. You could push F or click on it to select a color. Now we're going to select a black to color it in. So you color all these parts by left clicking on them. And then you select all these parts by left clicking on them again. But you want to change the color up a little bit. I know what you're thinking. Why would we change the color? Well, because you want it to match and you're watching this video. Alright, so once you're done coloring all the exterior stuff that's not black, I'm sorry, I'm not racist. You just want to color it like this. And then you have yourself the front of the foot. Now to make the back of the foot, this is the easiest part. You take the white block, I know, revolutionary, stretch it out so it meets the corner edges of this so it could fit just right inside. Just like so. I know what you're thinking. Wow, I am so cool. And guess what? I'm not. So, you just move it up and bring it back. Now, what you want to do, you want to just bring this back a little bit. Take another prism. Yes, we're abusing prisms in this video. No harassment. And bring it all the way to where you think the middle is, and then bring it back a little bit. And then, do the same on the other side. You might need to grab another prism for this. So, what you want to do now is you just want to get a black color, not trying to be racist, and mix it with the white. Okay, that's still not racist. Then you want to take another prism. Yes, I know this is an overused joke, and I will probably never say it again. We're just going to move it down to the middle, like so. Probably move it up one, get the even C. Then get another prism, who cares, and move it down. Now you just want to multiply to the point where you have a high heel. Now you have a high heel. So, there is your foot. Just want to color in the rest. You know, make sure everything's razzle dazzle. And then, you're good. You're absolutely good. You do not need to do anything after this until the next video. Now, my name is Fate Fright, and I will be showing you how to do more things later.